Hey y'all, Adam the taxicab driver. Here I am, again, shooting my video in Lake Worth, Florida. It's 4:15 in the morning on Thursday morning, and I wanted to shout out at everybody before I get ready to complete my day. Got a few more jobs, and then I should be home in bed by 8 o'clock. I hope and pray. We'll see what happens. Alright, so what can we talk about today? Let's talk about texting and driving. They say you shouldn't do it anymore. They put signs up all over the place. Don't text and drive. It used to be don't drink and drive. Okay? Drunk driving is still, very big out there these days for causes of accidents, yet, I guess now texting and driving is, becoming a big cause of car accidents. You know what amazes me? 12 years ago, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, texting was a thing. It was out there. People would text. They would probably text and drive. And it was harder to do it because we didn't have smartphones back then. Remember? You know, I had like this Nokia handheld phone, and looked just like my regular home phone, cordless, and if you wanted to type a letter, sometimes the letter, you would only have to push your button once, but a lot of times you would have to push the button on the phone like 3 times just to get one letter. We still did it. Car accidents weren't happening. People weren't dying. Now we have smartphones where your phone actually has a keyboard. Yet, the people that are using these smartphones can't manage to text and drive. And they can't even be responsible enough not to text and drive. Okay, here's another thing. You don't even have to type your text anymore in these phones. All you gotta do is click on the microphone. Click on the microphone and say, anything, Send an email to Jason, and then the phone actually responds. What would you like to say? And then you just respond back. Jason, I'm sending you this document. Please read it and send it back to me. And then all you gotta do is say send. And it actually does it all for you. You don't even have to type anymore. Hello, guys, wake up. Here's what I'm talking about. People, they got these smartphones, They don't even know how to use them. They don't even know what they're capable of. They get their smartphone. Why? Why'd Janine get a smartphone? 'Cause Jennifer got one. A lot of them are kids, too. You notice that? Notice how many kids have smartphones? Kids have smartphones that are $500, $600, $700, while mom and dad are walking around with a $150 Kyocera smartphone. I don't know, does Kyocera make smartphones? I don't know. But anyway, the kids have the high-end smartphones, the parents have the cheaper ones. Alright, that's how it is these days. Is it? No, it's not. Because you know what? My daughter ain't got a smartphone that's more expensive than mine. And the only time she will have a smartphone that's more money than my phone is if she goes out with her own hard-earned money and she buys one. Maybe that's why more accidents are caused these days. 10 years ago when we had our phones, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, we're an older generation. Now you got the younger generation. These 16-year-old kids getting smartphones. They barely got a driver's license, yet they're behind the wheel and they're shooting selfies or they're sending text messages while they're driving the car down the street. Hello? Wake up! Can you blame the parents? I don't know. Sometimes not. Just all depends. If you are a parent and you have a kid and the kid's got a smartphone, teach them right. Teach them don't text and drive. Teach them don't shoot selfies and drive. Teach them it's not normal to take a photo of yourself doing your hair while you're doing 70 miles an hour on I-95. Because it's amazing if you don't instill this in their heads, you know, they actually think it's good to do. It's legal to do. It's fun to do. I don't know. Sometimes you want to just look at some of these kids and say, you're an idiot. You know, but they say you can't say that about other people's kids. And then sometimes you want to look at adults and say, you're an idiot. Because you got some adults driving down the road doing the same shit. Same thing. Oops, I cursed. Sorry. Anyway. What would be cool is if we could, you know, find some of these adults that are texting and driving. Okay? And because first of all, they're texting and driving, which is illegal. Alright? Second of all, it's irresponsible. And third of all, it's just plain downright stupid. So I'd like to be able to find them, take their smartphone, and beat them over the head with it like 7 or 8 times. That would be fun. Okay? That would be fun. Sorry to say it, but they have smartwatches out now. You have a smartwatch? I do. I like my smartwatch. Some people I know look at me and say, you know, well, why do you have a smartwatch? You know, I don't want another smartwatch. I don't want a smartwatch. It's just another piece of technology, and I have a cell phone, and why do I need another miniature cell phone when I have a cell phone? Oh, when I'm driving down the road, and I get an email or a text message, I get a notification, you know? Now I don't have to take my eyes off the road. Hello, wake up. Companies are coming out with some really good technology. You know, I get a text message, you know, my watch beeps. You know, I look at it as I'm driving real fast, I keep driving. Get to a red light, I pick up my phone if I need to. 9 times out of 10, I don't even need to. Why? Because most of the emails and text messages I get... Okay, wait, the text messages I get, I usually need to look at. The emails? Most of the emails are spam anyway. Y'all get spam mail? I get so much spam mail, it's not even funny. And unfortunately, I got like 3 email addresses that sync to my phone. You know? I finally got an email the other day from this one website, and I'm like, you know what? I need to get rid of it. So, you go down to the bottom of the email, and you click on unsubscribe. So I did. It says, alright, it'll take 48 hours before the emails stop. It's been like 3 days. The emails are still coming. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I deleted it from one email address. It's probably coming from 3 other email addresses now. What am I gonna do? I don't have the time. But anyway, people say, well, when your smartwatch notifies you of a message, you're taking your eyes off the road. That's dangerous. Okay, why is it dangerous now to take your eyes off the road to look at a smartwatch? But 20 years ago, it wasn't dangerous to take your eyes off the road to look at your wristwatch to see what time it is. You know what I'm saying? You follow what I'm saying? Does this make sense to you guys? You know, what about taking your eyes off the road to look at your radio? Change the station. Look at the clock in your car. You know, we've been taking our eyes off the road for seconds, you know, for years. But nowadays, you know, take your eyes off the road to look at your phone, and all of a sudden, you know, people are having car accidents. Well, maybe it's a younger generation then. Maybe we as parents need to nail down our kids and make sure that they're not using their phones while they're driving. I think that makes sense. Listen, I can go on forever.
Good offer.
And maybe we'll talk more about this tomorrow morning. But I've talked enough. I gotta go back to work. You know, enjoy your smartwatches. Check out new technology. I promise you it's a great thing. And, I mean, just don't text and drive. Use common sense, you know. And if you have kids, you know, teach them some common sense. Even if you have to take their phones and, like, whack them in the head 7 or 8 times until they get it, okay, you really don't want to, but it could be fun. I gotta hit this, guys. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.